Great movie, though.
Oh, thanks.
You're a lot of fun in this, man. You know, how much fun did... I mean, it's kind of a weird thing to ask you, but how much fun did you have playing this guy?
I mean, it's fun. I mean, aside from the obvious, the look and the general demeanor, it's fun to kind of live in a certain headspace. When you're playing, if you're playing a sociopath or just any type of a villain, no villain thinks they're a villain. You can't come to set thinking, I'm the bad guy. You have to kind of come to set and think, well, what makes someone that way? And it's just kind of, it's almost a freedom, you know what I mean? But there's 100 things on a daily basis where, the social standards and inhibitions tell you how to behave, and I think someone who is a sociopath kind of just ignores those things and just kind of lives their emotions to the end of the street. So coming to set every day and kind of sitting in that mindset, it's really liberating.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
I think you're revealing a bit too much of your sociopathic tendencies to us.
Believe me, are you telling me you don't think crazy things on a daily basis?
I do.
On a daily basis. I'm like, what if I just knock this person out? Not that I ever would do that. But
my crazy thoughts are, what if I get gravy with these fries instead of that? Just insane thought, like
gravy all over.
Think of the calories that would. It's interesting. You know what?
That's funny.
I think like the thing about these movies is that you really sort of get into this character, and how much of watching these movies is just trying to psychologically figure out the character and what makes him tick.
Sure. Well, that's a huge piece of the puzzle. If that doesn't, if you don't find that authenticity, it's all for naught. You can have the coolest hair and the coolest wardrobe and facial hair, but if you don't find a truth to the character that people can kind of be taken by, it doesn't make sense. So it's fun to kind of be in a headspace all day that kind of lives free of consequence.
You've had a pretty amazing career considering where you started out. You're really quite diverse. I think more than people maybe give you credit for. I mean,
everyone I talk to thinks you're an ass, but I think you're great.
I didn't say it.
They did.
No, but those people. But how much have you sort of tried to craft your career in that sense? Are you careful about what you choose to try and create that sort of diversity?
Sure.
So you don't get pegged down as the action guy or comic book guy because you've done a lot of comic book movies.
A lot of action. I'm not a huge fan of big studio movies. I've been pretty candid about that. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the process. I'm not a fan of the aftermath. So for me, I like variety. It's why I like doing films, because you can, play a Boy Scout essentially for a full year and then say, well, what's the polar opposite of that? And you can go find it.
Yeah. Lastly, let me ask you, if there was a classic movie that you could be in, what movie would you pick?
Classic movie that I could be in. See, this is tricky. Do you mean, because as far as classic movies are concerned, I love Cary Grant. But are you saying that I would have to play his role? Because you can't play it better than he could play it.
Okay, what movie could you co-star with Cary Grant in?
Co-star with Cary Grant. Oh, maybe West Side Story. I think they should do a remake of West Side Story. I really do. But not like a modern take where everyone's cool and hip. Like literally a remake of West Side Story, but, filmed like it's an old 50s movie.
Not a bad idea.
There it is.
Good idea.